Shalom Alkims. It's your brother Banawar. Come back here another one. Just going to probably about Sham Shai. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory be unto the Heavenly Father and His Son, Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi. Alright. Double ourselves an apostle over there, a great millstone, of the Son of His truth. And it's sincere citation be unto the brethren pushing His word through truth and sincerity. Risking life and freedom to do so. Alright. I'm my brother Banawar. Come back here another one. This spring probably about Sham Shai. It's gonna be in transit. Alright, so I'm gonna be multitasking. Alright. And yeah. Alright. Pretty much just gonna go through the spirit. Something I was meditating on today. One of the lessons, not lesson, but a topic that kept popping in my head, and kind of kept popping up on my feed, on social media. So I thought it would be, the right thing to make a lesson on it, the right thing to do. All right, and what I was meditating on is obviously that we're the holy people, the special people, Jake. All right, but something that crossed my attention, I believe I pointed it out before, and I did a video on it, like mentioned it in a video that I did, and that was that, I'm just going to have to say it. The video gets banned, it gets banned, man. We're in those times, man. This truth needs to come out. Before I really get into anything, this truth needs to come out, man. All right, it's out there already. That's why these people, they can't fully grasp the truth. You know what I mean? Because the Lord hasn't given them it. You know what I mean? All right, it's up to the Lord to give us this knowledge, man. This knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. All right, and these people, man. This is why, through the Spirit, I be saying, I call them the truth. I call them truthers, man. They're not in the truth, but they go into the similar topics, man. They be making, they have podcasts and whatnot, man. And these people are starting to, make more and more videos about what's going on, and these people are getting fed up. These people are getting fed up, man. All right. But all in all, man, what I want to talk about was Jeffrey Epstein, man. Okay. And this dude was basically experimenting on Jake's gene, or I should say genealogy. Okay, experimenting on Jake's genealogy, man. All right, and it's crazy because what is it called? Jeffrey Epstein didn't want to deal with no Jake women. He never brought them on the island. He didn't even deal with the northern or southern kingdom. Okay, all right, he dealt with strictly Edomite women. All right, and this shit's crazy because they're trying to experiment and find out what makes us who we are. What makes us who we are, why we're the most talented, why we're the best cooks. All right, anybody just straight up denying that is just lost in the sauce, man. You're in denial. Okay, everybody knows that Jake is who they are, and this is why the Lord said we're special people. I was also meditating on the fact that these curses are going on these heathen, man. Okay, especially in particular Esau. All right, Esau catching all hell, man. Everybody hates Esau's guts now. Even Esau hates himself too. Okay, you listen to these European nations, the way they be talking about Esau, they fucking hate each other's guts, man. All right, they can't stand each other's freaking guts. All right, and righteously so, man. Okay, even Esau's fed up with Esau's shit, man. Okay, and I'm not saying there's good and bad in between Esau, like Russia's good and Sweden. No, they're all bad, man. You know what I'm saying? They're all gonna catch that judgment that the Lord's about to, the ass whooping that the Lord's about to hand out. All right, because the Lord's about to hand out a major ass whooping to these nations, man. Okay, and they deep down they know. Okay, they know who the true people are. All right, there's a reason why Esau has the particular spirit he does towards Jake, because they know. All right, they know. They full well and know that Jake is the Israelites, man. So-called Negroes, Latinos, Indians, Indians. All right, they know. Okay. And that's why they hate you. It's just simply put, these nations will never love us, man. Okay? But the reason why I wanted to talk about the topic of experiments on that genealogy is because they know we're the people. Okay? Esau wants to extract Jake's, I would say, just power, or I would say even in a such life force. Okay? Jake's life force. They want to study the DNA, our DNA, and see what makes us what we're capable of doing. Why we jump so high, why we run so fast, why we're good at everything. Okay? Why really Esau can't really break Jake. Okay? All in all, man, Jake is still the best at everything. So much so, you're supposed to be the ruling class. You're supposed to be this upper echelon of a race, and your women still go to Jake. How is that so? We're the bottom of the barrel, man, in anything. You know? Jake is the bottom of the fucking barrel, and here it is. The Edomite, not even just these Edomite women, all these damn women, man. They love Jake. They just can't say it because they get shamed. You know, they have a big idea on image. These other cultures, they have a big idea on image. So they can't openly be with Jake, man. Okay? And no, I'm not talking about no, and it's not no fucking, you know, they like to cope and say, oh, you just want to get with all the women and da 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 da. I don't need to get with no women. I'm speaking strictly facts. Okay? They can't help it, man. When they see that talent, when they see that glow from Jake, they know. And these governments, they know who Jake is. Okay? Breaking Jake down to our last atom. They take our organs. Okay? They be taking our goddamn organs and shit. They be stripping our skin of the melanin and trying to extract it and use it and see why is the sun so attracted to melanin, and yo, you know what I'm saying? Alright? That's how they're moving, man. That's how these nations are moving. Okay? And rightfully so, because we're those people, man. That's why the scriptures told you that the Spirit beareth witness, man. The Spirit's there for a reason. The Spirit's not there just to be there. We're those people, man. And it's going to be more and more evident as time goes on. Okay? Alright? That's why the scriptures tell you that perpetual hatred. We'll get it, man. We're going to get it. Alright? That perpetual hatred. Okay? That's why Esau hates us, man, because he knows. Alright? He can't get that birthright back. And no, we didn't steal nothing, man. You gave it up, rightfully so. Esau don't know the value of shit. Here it is, you ruled on a global scale, and you still doing too much, man. This devil has every ounce of power in his hand, and he still can't get it right, man. That's why you heathens can't rule, man. They can't rule. Alright? These heathens can't fucking rule, man. They're not us. They don't got that glow. They don't got that spirit. They don't got that juice, man. Alright? They don't got that juice, man. Alright? They don't got that like us, man. That's why they're in awe. They'll hate us. They'll hate our guts. They'll still listen to our music. They'll still watch us in the sports. That's what they've always done. Okay? Right? Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 5. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. This is not the first time Esau, this is not the first time in history Esau has shown his hatred towards us. Okay, Esau has ruled countless times, guys. And these other nations too. You're not exempt, man. You're not innocent. You won't catch that shit too. All these nations gonna get their ass whooped, man. All of them. And I was meditating on that too, because I'm like, yo, World War III is on the way. Alright? And they're gonna not fight. They're gonna stop fighting each other. When Yahawashi cracks them clouds, right? When Yahawashi cracks them clouds, man, they're gonna start fighting Yahawashi, man. That's why the Lord gave them all that power. The ability to split atoms and bombs. Okay? And different types of technology, weapons technology and stuff. There's a reason why Esau, and not only just Esau, but these other nations are able to do that. The Lord did that on purpose. So when the Lord comes back, man, we're going to have fun. Alright? They're going to have fun. Alright? They're going to have fun, man. Okay? By the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. Okay? And if you guys don't know what iniquity is unrighteous doings. Okay? That's what iniquity is, man. Iniquity is unrighteous dealings or doings, guys. That's what iniquity is. Alright? Esau has unrighteous iniquity. Okay? Not only towards us, but the planet Earth, the animals. Okay? Because this is all our stuff. This is our creation. We created this. Starting off with the elect. Okay? The elect along with Yahawashi and the angels. That's what Genesis was talking about. Allah. Okay? Which means gods, angels, powers, man. That's us. Alright? That's the elect. We created everything, man. Jacob is the former of all things, man. Let's grab that. All right? We're the former of all things. We created everything. Even in captivity, man. How the hell are we at the bottom? We're supposed to be the weakest nation, and in captivity, we still pulling the strings, man. We still pulling the strings. All right? That's how you know we're that nation. We're those people, man. And Esau knows that. He knows that. All right? We're the former of all things. Everything has started with us and will end with us. Okay? Everything's out of whack because we're out of whack. The creators are out of whack. You know? Alright? And that's why Yahawah's sitting back and watching everything unfold. He's watching everything unfold. Alright? Alright? That's why I always say, through Spirit, I said, you know, the Lord's just building his case, man, against Esau. Right? Because we're all gonna have a testimony, man. We're gonna remember our past lives. When we transition, okay, or in other words, ascend. We're gonna ascend to the next level. We're gonna evolve. We're gonna get out of these bodies. We're gonna be a full embodiment of the Spirit. We're still gonna have a human-like body, but it's gonna ascend. Okay, and we're gonna be fully indulged, or in other words, fully engulfed in the Spirit. We're gonna be one with the Spirit in mind, body, and soul, like they say, right? Mind, body, and soul. All right. Right? This is Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 19. It says, the portion of Jacob is not like them. Who's them? The other nations, man. Okay? If the Lord loved everybody, if the Lord wanted everybody, then he would have gave everybody his laws, statutes, and commandments, man. He didn't give everybody that. He didn't give everybody the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of life, how life works. Jake has that. Okay? And we're going to get it back. Okay? We're going to get our powers back. Okay? We're going to ascend. We're going to evolve, man. All right? Because this flesh is weak, man. We can't fully get the truth in this. But we have the 100% truth, but we can't fully embody the Spirit in the flesh, man. Okay? Because the Spirit and the flesh are at war with one another, you know? It's like we gotta balance it out, man, while we're here. You know what I mean? The flesh is weak, man. Alright? Right? Just like R. Kelly said. R. Kelly said it best, man. He said, my mind is telling me no, right? Your mind's stronger than your body. Okay? Your mind's stronger than your body, man. Alright? R. Kelly said it best, man. R. Kelly's a J too. He put it in his music. He said, my mind is telling me no. Right? His mind's telling him no. The Spirit's always going to tell you what's right. You know, and your flesh is weak. It's like, oh, I want it. You know, it wants that pleasure. It wants that Esau calls it dopamine. Right? That chemical shot in your brain. Right? It ain't no damn chemicals, man. It's just a rush. It's a feeling. Right? My mind is telling me no. Right? Your mind is stronger than your body. Your mind is your spirit, man. Your mind is your spirit. That's why when Esau was doing the breakdowns in the human body and dissecting everything, what did he come across? He came across what? The pineal gland. Okay? The pineal gland is your connection, okay, to the spiritual realm. Okay? How you have discernment. How you're able to what is it called, man? What's it called? Able to discern through the spirit and the physical. Okay? Alright? Let's get it. Right? It says, he is the former of all things. Okay? All those inventions, down to the goddamn liquor and alcohol. Your luxuries that you guys enjoy. Jake made all that. Jake made those alcohols. Okay? Jake was the one that started wine. Alcohol, okay? Jack Daniels, all that shit. Okay? Jake started all of that. Jake is the former of all things. We're all across the four corners. Okay? And so much so that we look like the heathen now. Alright? We look like the heathen. We used to call it confusion of faces. Right? Because you look, oh, you're an Edomite. The whole time your spirit is a Jake. The spirit of a Jake. Because your lineage through your father goes back to the 12 tribes of Israel, man. Okay? They're not ready for that, man. They're not ready, man. They're not ready. Okay? True rulership is coming back, man. That's why everything's slowly being reset. Men, that's why they say men are opted out. They dealing with the woman and shit. I got another video coming with that. Isaiah 4:1. Okay, these men are done with these women, man. Okay, they're done with everything. They just want to stay home and just be peaceful. Yeah, because that's how men are supposed to be. Men are supposed to have discipline. Men are supposed to have honor. Men are supposed to abstain from things, so you can reset. Right? Abstain from certain people, spirits, you know what I mean? Certain luxuries. You're not supposed to do the same shit every fucking day, man. That's why everyone's stressed out. You're not supposed to be working every damn day, man. That's office shit. That's why your nervous system's all jacked up. You're always sick and shit. You're stressed out. You're depressed, man. That's why we're gonna go back to that glory, man. We're gonna go back to glory, man. Alright? It's kind of a rant too while we're at it. Alright? Because we're all jacked up, man. That's why we can't fully be in the spirit, man. You can't follow these high holy days. We can't even follow the Sabbath. You got work. You got to go to. You got the Sabbath day on the work. You know, today is the Sabbath. You can't do nothing, man. You can't worship the Lord in this freaking place. The place is all fucked up, man. Esau did that shit on purpose. He don't want you following the law, statutes, and commandments. Just like in Rome, right? What were they doing to the Israelites? They were killing the Israelites that kept the Sabbath, man. They were killing the Israelites that kept the Sabbath. If you were caught keeping the Sabbath, you were beheaded in public, or they would hang your ass. Okay? Or they'll throw you in the brazen bowl, right? They'll throw you in that bowl and cook you. See, Esau's all messed up, man. He's not human. He's not even human. He's not no God, and you're not no human. The heathen are human, you know, because they can be corrected. But Esau, you can't be corrected, right? That's what the Lord said. He said, can a leper change his stripes? You know? You can't change Esau, man. Israel's the rod of the Lord's inheritance is Slakia. Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name, right? We're the Lord's inheritance. That's what the Lord talked about us being the apple of his eye. Because we're his people, man. We get the spirit from the Lord. Why do you think we got such a creative type of spirit? We take trash and turn it into gold. Jake is a creator, man. That's the natural state we're supposed to be in, man. Alright? We're not supposed to be fucking working every damn day. Got these women bucking up against you and shit. You got no code of conduct against your kids and shit. You know what I mean? This shit's all fucked up, man. It's locking for the swear, man. This shit just vexing, man. Vexation of the spirit, man. This ain't right, man. We're not supposed to be living like this, man. You know? Right? I was watching this video, and the video was talking about how slavery altered Jake's DNA. Right? Our stress responses, our nervous system altered because of slavery. We were consistently always under stress. We're getting beaten. The diets we had, like this all jacked up, man. We need to be reset, man. This shit needs to pass away, and it's going to pass away, and it's passing away as we speak. That's why Esau don't want to lose the power. That's why we go back to Jeffrey Epstein. We'll just talk about that for a little bit and we'll close out. That's what he was trying to do. This dude was trying to, Jeffrey Epstein was trying to experiment. He wasn't even just experimenting on Jake. That's why they're trying to explore how to get to other dimensions. That's all real, man. That's real. That's why they got that portal. It's called CERN. Go do some research on that. CERN. CERN. Those CERN portals, man. They're trying to open up the gates. And a good movie to watch for that is The Mist. Because in the movie The Mist, the military, they created a machine. The machine was a portal and a gateway to a different realm. Or we could call it a different dimension. In that dimension, you know what that was, man? Okay, in the dimension, what it was monsters. It was a whole different world. Okay? I watched the whole video breakdown on it. It was actually pretty crazy. Right? And in there was a different civilization of people. But also among that civilization of people, they lived with monsters, man. That's what Esau want to do. He wants to be like God, man. He wants to create them fucking portals, do all this weird ass shit. Okay? He's crossbreeding animals and stuff, man. This all jacked up, man. Esau got this all messed up. This ain't how he's supposed to be. Right? That's why sometimes you be wondering the spirit be heavy. Yeah, because Esau practiced the spirit. He be tapping into the dark arts too. He just does it on the left-hand side. All right, we're gonna close out with this scripture right here, man. All right, I don't want to go too long. You know, I don't want to keep y'all too long. I just want to get to the point. All right. That's how the Lord said, is this the man that maketh the earth shake to and fro? Right? Not only those ICBMs, this devil has taken the earth by storm. You know? The way he did it is just all messed up. This ain't how we supposed to be living, man. Alright? Right? Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6. Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6 says, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. So we're holy. The word holy means to be separate. The Israelites are separate from the rest of groups of family upon the earth. Right? That's where the three classifications of men come from. You have the children of God, you have the children of God, you have the children of men, and you have the children of Satan. Okay? You're the children of Satan. Right? Throughout history, Esau has been noted as a beast-like man. He's a beast-like creature. Okay? That's what his history is. That's why everything's being reset. The history's coming back out, guys. The history's coming back out. Jeffrey Epstein just opened up the Pandora's box. He opened up the floodgates. Because they're like, whoa, why are you experimenting on Jake DNA? For what? You know, you obviously know. Anybody with common sense can know why he's trying to do that. Okay? They want what we got, man. Why are we so talented? Why we can cook the best? Man, the movie Get Out was showing y'all that, man. They were trying to Jeffrey Epstein did the same thing. They were trying to transfer subconsciouses. Right? That's what the elites want to do. They wanted to, if they could, they would take one of the Jake's bodies and just live in that. You know? Not have to deal with the sun. Right? You got to deal with being burnt in the sun. Okay? All the way down to the insecurities with the rod. Hey, man, just a little joke, but you know. Right? Because Esau's insecure. He's an insecure-ass man. Insecure-ass nation as a whole. Right? For thou art an holy people unto thy power, the Lord thy power chosen thee. Okay? We didn't choose the Lord chose us. He made us. He gave us the Spirit, man. Okay? The book of John talks about that as well. Has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. So we're supposed to represent the Lord. That's why we're at the bottom right now, man. We're under the curses. The Lord chose us to represent him. Out of all the families of the earth, the Lord has chosen us to represent him. So when people look at us, they're supposed to be, oh shit, those are Lord's people. That's how they used to look at us. These people used to fear us, man. They know not to. They knew not to mess with Jake, man. Because Jake, hey, oh Lord, we go start praying to Yahawashi and Yahawashi. It's over with, man. It's over with. The Lord gonna give us that power to jack your ass up, right? It says above all the people that are upon the face of the earth, man. Above all the people upon the face of the earth. There's multiple families upon the earth, guys. Multiple families. Don't you notice that the Lord has always had a chosen people, a chosen lineage? The Lord has always had chosen people. So think about that. Do the math, man. The Lord has always had a chosen people. All right? And they know that, man. That's how they do that weird ass shit. Bringing Jake's body into the morgue. They cut Jake. They take Jake's organs out. Clean Jake out. Take the brain. Take the heart. The intestine. Man, Esau been doing this ever since he got into the power. And since he was able to tap into them them sciences, man. Because Esau be trying to tap into them sciences. That's what he's trying to do. Alright? He wants to know what makes us click. Why we got that rhythm. You know? Why we got that rhythm. Why we got the flavor. Why we got the sauce. Why Jake get all the women. Why Jake can cook so goddamn good. You know? Why Jake can play every fucking sport. Jake just pick up a goddamn hockey stick and he's already better than all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? How does his brain able to process and create things? That's why Esau wants to know. Okay? We're the chosen, man. Alright? So with that, man, let me give all praise and glory. God to Heavenly Father and His Son, Yahawashi. Hopefully this lesson was edifying. Okay, reach whoever needs to reach. Until next time, I'm going to say Shalom. I'm Baba. Alright? Shalom.